Hey fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your baby girl AE. So today the series about reviewing is titled Swarm. So Swarm has one season and 7 episodes. It's a thriller and it premiered March 17th, 2023. We have executive producers as Donald Clover and Jenny Nabis. The series is produced by Alex Orr. The series is also created and executive produced by Jenna Nabis and Donald Clover. I must tell you that one of the reasons I actually started seeing the series when I heard that Childish Gambino, his song was used in the series, same thing as Chloe and her sister, Chloe Bailey and her sister. So I'm like, when I heard it, I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And then finding out also that Chloe is a cast in this series, so I'm like, okay, you know what, we are going to see this. Seeing also that Dominic Fishback is on this series, I mean, everybody or the entire cast, there are people that I would really want to see from time to time. Anyway, moving on, we have cast as Dominic Fishback as Andrea Dre. She also starred in movies like Project Power, 2020's movie Hate I Give You 2018, and Judas and the Black Messiah 2021. Also, we have Chloe Bailey as Marissa Jackson. She also starred in Grownish and she's a musician as well. And also we have Damson Idris as Khalid. He has starred in movies Outside the Wire and also Snowfall. He is Franklin Saint. I mean, if you have seen Snowfall and you like the series, you would definitely want to see it. I mean, he's like one of the biggest casts for Snowfall, but in this particular series he just appeared in one episode. That was episode 1, and yeah, that's basically the entire cast, or the main cast of this series, Swarm. Okay, so this story or this series is about a young lady's obsession with a pop star, and it automatically takes a dark turn. So basically it's Andrea's obsession with Nija that brought us to this entire series. This series is giving me a vibe of You, the Netflix series You. If you've seen You, you know Joe is really obsessed with women, not all women, but like he has obsession, and then anybody he has obsession with, he can do anything, literally anything for them. So there's like the same story, almost the same storyline, and then you see Drea doing things for Nija. So that's it, and then it's still giving me the vibe of Euphoria, the series as well. Okay, let me see where this goes. So this is basically the vibe this series is giving me, and though they're like explicit scenes as well in the series, not really explicit, but we know episode 1 we saw her looking at Khalid when he was in the room with Marissa, and I think that same episode 1 when she went out with a guy and then they showed his private area. So those are like the scenes that were kind of explicit for me. So this movie is definitely rated 18. The themes for this series is sisterhood and connection. Sisterhood in the sense that the connection that she and Marissa had, it's like unexplainable. Like even the parents kept wondering, what is it about this girls that really close and really tight. Fam, you should definitely binge this series. I mean, if not for anything, to see Fishback's amazing acting. I mean, seeing her in this role where she feels very vulnerable and very vicious, and then she's trying to command respect from everybody who actually looks down on her, sort of. So yeah, seeing her in this role, it was spectacular. It was really amazing for me to see her do this. Like, it's different from every other thing I've seen her do. So this was like a lovely part of everything. Anyway, so seeing Fishback's acting in this particular role as an obsessed human was actually something else for me. She was literally an avenger of Nija. Like, her celebrity obsession with her was so uncanny. Like, I'm like, really? I was actually impressed by Dre's chameleonic performance. I mean, like, I'm like, how do you go from 1 to 100 real quick? Like, so many things she did, I kept wondering, really, girl, you did this? So like, it was so it was so different for me to see her in this light. And then I was basically upset with her because I'm like, I mean Drea right now. I was upset with her, like it was a fact for me that she didn't want to face reality. I know Marissa kept telling her in episode 1 when she saw her going through one account they created when they were younger, Swam, and she's like, you're still on this, these people are not your real friends, you have to move on and maybe do something else. But she's like, no, you're my friends, I really love it. So she didn't want to face reality, she didn't want to grow up. So basically that was just it for that particular one. And then I feel that this show shows us that social media addiction does a lot in humans. It's like it independently examines the depths with which fandom and everything can break one's mental state. Like if you keep crushing on someone, no, this one, I feel like this is even more than a crush. This is, you've surrounded your life around this person, and then it's like you can do anything for the person. So it basically affects your mental state. Like you cannot listen to any other person. So this is how it is for Drea. How what begins as bloody and shocking turns to a normal routine. Like the routine became something that she kept doing over time, and I'm like, how did she become this person? Because I wasn't really expecting it. At first I was thinking, okay, fine, what she did to Khalid was because she was hurting and she blamed him for whatever happened to Marissa. But then I'm like, okay, all things that happened, how did you get there? What did they actually do? Okay, fine, I know it was her obsession with Nisha, but there are some other things that she did that it didn't really make sense at all. So I'm like, how, girl, how? So I actually love the fact that the creators and the producers knew when to move on from the initial surprises centered on toxic fandom and the I stand culture in favor of different, more character-centric revelations. So they try to give us different aspects of everything so that we don't just focus on the obsession Andrea rather had with her celebrity crush Nisha. This is actually a captivating horror story about an enchantment with celebrities and the loneliness that comes with it, like the isolation many feel when they are stuck on the other side of being the star's inner circle. Say for instance that someone has a crush or has liked this particular person from the very beginning, but you can't get close to, but in your head the imagination you have is that, okay fine, I'm friends with this particular star, but you've never even seen them. That's Dre had this idea in her head that she's sisters with Nisha, like she's forever going to be there for her through anything. So that's like where the entire problem started from. And then after losing Marissa, Nisha was the only thing that she could hold on to, so she started doing things, like a whole lot of things. But seeing that the very first 2 episodes, or even more rather, but the very first 2 episodes were centered more on violence. Violence played the loudest, but it cuts deep into the weird for weird 6 category, but it's also very twisted, funny and blooded at the same time actually. Like we need something aside the normal performance and aside the normal drama and romance, like sort of. Okay, so well, aside the exceptional script writing, exceptional everything actually, the best part of this series is that you will never know what you get. Like it's like, what if I miss this particular thing? Will it feel like I've not seen anything, or will it feel like I'm missing a very important part? So that's how this series is going to make you feel. You want to be stuck on it, you want to see everything go to the very end. Seeing that Swam is very strange. I mean, it was really strange for me at first, but seeing that it has bold strokes, that it's painted, and it makes this series intriguing, and it's quite unpleasant for a purpose. Like for a particular purpose, it's unpleasant, and that's what we're aiming for. Seeing how the beehives, or rather seeing how the bees just appear in some scenes, and then you hear buzzing sounds of things that are rotten, it was actually meant to be unpleasant for a purpose. So seeing this, and then I think I'll have to treat this in seeing when Drea does some things, and then you see how excitement cleaning out blood and all that. I was terrified, honestly, because I'm like, what is going on with her? But thing is, see that a black woman in a role where it's has a sharp descent into madness. It was actually amazing. It was different, really. As the series offers a path forward for a human anti-hero, we get to see different sides of every other thing. Well, but we should know that underneath everything Drea was going through, there was a lot in her head. Like, her own story is like a story of loss and despair. A story of a young lady who has lost an important person in her life, that's Marissa, and is replaced with Chimera because it feels like she's been left behind, like everybody's leaving her behind. So that's basically everything Dre is going through. But episode 6 was quite different in the sense that it wasn't the movie, like it wasn't the series at all that we're talking about. It was like an investigative documentary on Andrea Green, and she being the adopted child of the Jacksons, that's Marissa's family. And then we saw some detectives talking, a camera crew, and old classmates from back in the day. But I'm just going to put like a write-up. I actually got this from Pop Buzz, and it was written by Katie Smith. So I'm going to just drop it like a writing at the end of the video so that you just read through everything that's been happening, so that you just get like an understanding. I just hope that season 2 will be better. Like, everything is going to be as spectacular as season 1, and look more to more episodes, not just 7 episodes actually. Yeah, definitely being Swam, and I promise you will enjoy it. Really enjoy it. All right, thank you, and I would give this series 6/10. But yeah, try and being Swam. You will really like it. And please guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. I love you.